Hello and welcome, guys, to Good Calls and Talking Balls. I'm the host, Nate Adams, joined as always with Curtis and Mark. Um, I'm not dirty. They've just went for a close, and Rob still has IBS.
What are you on about, man? We recorded this 2 days after the last episode. Just get your washing
Smoke and
done.
mirrors, mate. Smoke and mirrors. All about smoke and mirrors,
I'm not wearing the exact same clothes as I was in the last one. I swear.
But in all seriousness, though, IBS is not a joke, Robert. I hope you get better soon.
Yes, it is not a joke. It is a very serious affliction that hurts 1/4 of Talking Balls at the minute.
And if it takes you down for a solid 3 days straight, I'm assuming it's going to be tomorrow as well. Smoke and mirrors and all that. Yeah.
But yes, welcome to our new show, quick show, where we take our wee hot takes from everybody on Instagram and a couple ourselves. We'll throw a couple out there, and we'll tell you if it's a good call or if you're talking balls. Simple. So
I think you need to get some sort of intro into that, like some sort of voiceover. Good calls or talking balls.
You should record that actually.
You think, man?
I think you should be the voice of that. That was quite good.
Curtis, I did a voiceover and he slagged the life out of me. So if he ever does that, I will be slagging him like I try to do.
That was the funniest half hour I've ever had, man. So I do appreciate that.
Welcome to Talking Balls. And he just laughed his head off and made me not want to do it anymore.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's what it's all
about. I want you to do it because I will put it up.
You encourage it, mate, do you?
Yeah, I encourage it. Yeah. So, Kurt, let's start with your hot take. I want to start with yours.
Well, let's not start with mine, right? I think what we should do is start with somebody who had an extremely hot take through the week, and that was the literal GOAT of the game, Tom Brady, who says that, it started last week when he said that the NFL is currently mediocre. It's not as elite as it was when he was playing. He's kind of doubled down when asked about it and said that the way he would explain it is at the minute it's more checkers than it is chess. How do we feel about that hot take? Is that a disgruntled old player? And you see this all the time. You see it from the likes of your Roy Keanes in football who are no longer playing and they're doing the whole, it's not like it was in my day. Or is the NFL mediocre compared to this time 5 to 10 years ago?
I think it, like you just said about the Roy Keane thing. I mean, it is like the same with soccer. Soccer is not as good as what it was 20 years ago. Whenever I was watching the Dennis Bergkamps, the Terry Henrys, the friggin' even Ian Wrights and all that carry on just playing football. So it's just all different. It's the same with NFL now. I mean, you can't hit as hard. There's no big hits. I mean, there used to watch big hits at the end of every week and go, I want to watch all the big hits of the NFL. There's nothing like that anymore. So
players are definitely being more protected. I kind of look at it from, you would imagine Tom Brady's talking about it from a Tom Brady point of view. And I kind of look at it and go, is he right? When you look at the quarterbacks that are playing now, there's a lot of good quarterbacks and a lot of decent quarterbacks playing at teams. But when you look back to the sort of peak of his career, you're looking at him, Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees, a lot of really elite quarterbacks. And I don't know if maybe it was just happened to be that time. Do you know the way sometimes you get a special time in a league where there's just a lot of elite guys? And is that what he's saying? Not hinting at as such, is that what he's just downright talking about? Our quarterbacks nowadays mediocre compared to what they were when he was playing?
I think he's talking balls, to be fair. I think it's just the whole age. I mean, the game changes with the time. It's the same with every sport, and it just doesn't. It's not the way you remember it. You know what I mean? It's just like an old man just reminiscing of when it used to be good. You used to be able to hit people and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, like it was all like just to go back to soccer. Like it's all well and good the days of Vinnie Jones when he would literally break someone's leg on TV, but I mean that's obviously not ideal.
Yeah.
And the players need protected, especially with the money they're on now too.
Ideal, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Them type. I mean, you used to go and go, Wimbledon's playing Man United, Roy Keane bringing versus Vinnie Jones. what a game! We're not watching people. We're watching them two fight it out in the middle of the field.
Yeah, it's definitely nail on the head. An older player going, back in my day, we played it this way, and it was a lot harder back then. No,
I mean,
no,
you
It's
I
did
think
it.
I
it's
think
just
he's
such a
talking balls
shame
as well.
because he is the best there was, so far the best there has been, and you don't want to see that from him, do you? Like,
Yeah,
you want to see those players go out and big up the game and
yeah.
talk about how special it is, and it's I think he's talking balls,
I think
but
he's worried about being irrelevant,
Yeah.
so he said
So he's
something
gonna be
like that
relevant
just
again.
to let people talk about him again.
Yeah.
What's Tom Brady at nowadays? He's
yeah,
Nobody's talking about
talking
him.
mad balls apparently.
Yeah. Talking balls. So do we all agree that he's talking balls?
talking balls.
Talking balls.
Nice, nice.
You should definitely
You
do the
know,
voiceover, mate.
I had a fart noise for that for so long, and I went, no, I couldn't do that. But
It
yes,
depends. I mean, like we could go into detail here, but it depends on the kind of fart. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
no, mate.
Yeah.
See on my wee friggin' graphic thing, it has watery ones, it has air ones. That's
Change it out each week.
And
If-
there's like 40 of each.
depending on how bad the take is,
Yeah.
you could have like levels
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Like
Oh
like
god.
if it's a unanimous talking balls, then it's like a really really horrible Robert fart.
Yeah, because he's
Uh,
ABS.
But I also don't think it matters what the next hot take is, and I think it's going to be a good call because we want to see your animation.
Well, yeah, we'll go with it. So we have a hot take from Mike Mazzari 31 on Instagram. He says the Patriots will end up with the number one pick, but they will take May over Williams, and that is Drake May, who over Caleb Williams, the other quarterback. Drake May, I don't think is as good as Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, like I says to Mark, was in some pundits top 5 best NFL or best quarterbacks at the minute, and he was in top 5, and he's not even in the NFL. Drake
so if
May.
they get first pick, why don't you take him?
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, to be fair, this happened when Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. There was so much hype going over Zach Wilson that I was hoping, and everybody else was saying, like the Jaguars are really looking at Zach Wilson here, taking him first overall. I was like, sweet, big days,
Get
take
rid of him.
we get Trevor Lawrence. Are you serious? But yeah, I sorry, but I think he's talking balls. I think that if Patriots have the number one pick, they're taking Caleb Williams, and they can't not take him. You can't pass that
Right.
up.
Say that again. Say the hot take again.
That the Patriots will end up with the number one overall pick, and will take May over Caleb Williams.
Right. Okay. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
think
gonna go talking balls. I'm gonna go talking balls.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you.
yeah. They can't not. Now, what I would see happen would be the Patriots drafting back for more picks because they do it every year, and then just taking whoever's left over as they always do because they'll draft a defensive player and take what's the last quarterback over? We'll take him. So
Yeah.
we
Talking
sorry,
balls.
Mike. Sorry, Mike. We think you're talking balls.
I feel like this is a good place for me to chime in with my hot take here because it is Patriots related and it would be related to the Patriots draft. Right?
Yes, work away. Hey.
So Patriots are going to finish with the worst record, get the first draft pick, draft Caleb Williams, and allow Bill Belichick to do one more rebuild.
That's quite the hot take.
That's quite
That
the hot
is
take.
quite
But
the hot take.
if they finish with a worst record, right? Obviously, okay, they'll get Caleb Williams. Do they look like a good prospect team for any other coach to go to? Are they that appealing to other coaches right now? Bill Belichick's been there. He's done it okay. He's getting up in the years. He is. I mean, the team's terrible this year. Is there a plan there? He's got a good connection with the Kraft family. I think there's one more season in there for him to try and do something. Who else is going to go realistic? I mean, it depends on who gets fired, over the next sort of couple of weeks, but I don't know that there's anyone better than somebody who's already been there and done it with an elite quarterback.
There is talk of Belichick not even making it out to the season, but I can't see that ever happening. If Bill Belichick leads the Patriots, it'll be on his own terms.
It'll be on his own terms. I also don't think. I think there's, like I said, there's such a good relationship there with the Kraft family that I don't think they're going to want to sour that. They're not going to want to go out on that note. So they'll give him to the end of the season. In my opinion, I think he'll get to the end of the season. They're aware they're probably going to come out of it with the worst record, which is probably going to work in their favor, Caleb Williams. So somebody who's been there, done it with an elite quarterback, does he get one more shot?
I think that's a good call. I think because once they have Caleb Williams with their O-line, with their defense, they'll be a team to beat. I also think that Bill O'Brien will be sacked and Josh McDaniels will be brought back, because whenever they had Josh McDaniels, they played well on offense. You know what I mean? Obviously, they had Brady and things like that there, but you know what I mean? That's another thing. Is it the offense coordinator? Is it the quarterback? But no, I think they'll bring back Josh McDaniels. I think they'll get Caleb Williams. And even if they don't get the first overall pick and get Drake May, I still think they'll be a good team next year with a good quarterback. I think that's just, they're a good quarterback and a good wide receiver away. Being a good team.
I mean, either way, they're coming out of this season with a decent pick in the draft for sure. It's just, are they going to finish rock bottom, get Caleb Williams, and if they do, I think there's one more, not a full rebuild. I don't think he's getting another 4 or 5 season rebuild.
I don't think they need a full rebuild. I think they're a quarterback and a wide receiver away, maybe a couple of wee pieces here and there, but that's what they've got the draft for.
So that's my hot take. I think he gets one more season if they finish with the worst record.
Well, I think that's a good call.
Mark, I think there's a lot of variables.
There's a lot of variables. A lot of variables.
For it to be a complete good call. So I think I'm going to have to go talking balls on that one, man. Just on how many variables there are with that.
Well, what are the variables that stand out?
I mean, there's a very high chance they'll have the worst record this season, which means they will get a decent pick. But I don't think it'll happen. Don't think it'll happen, mate.
You think this is his last season?
Think it could be.
Again.
So you don't think he'll make it to the end of the season? Is what you're saying?
No, he may make it to the end of the season. I just don't think it will be another season with him. I mean, look, the NFL's on a hot streak at the minute of firing head coaches, offensive coordinators. I think it's a trend at the minute, and I don't see him staying after this season. So for that, I'm going talking balls.
I think it's just. I mean, you have to give Bill Belichick another go. Like I think he has deserved that.
I think with an elite quarterback, not bringing Cam Newton in, that sort of thing, but with a quarterback who's got something to prove, I think if they can get Caleb Williams locked down, I think he gets another season at least.
So, do we do that as 2-1 then, or what? As a good call?
Well, I'm gonna go good call because it's mine. So
yeah, it's 2-1, so it goes good call.
It's a good call. We're gonna go good call.
Nice.
Oh, it's a bit fucking dramatic, isn't it?
Not at all. See when you've just had a good call in that place?
Yes. Yeah, well done. Well done. First good call under that new animation, Curtis. Well done, mate.
Nice. I'll always have that.
That's yours, buddy.
So we have another one from Instagram. It's from It's Anagram. She says the Broncos and Vikings are going to make it to the playoffs.
I'm going good call.
I think it's inevitable now.
Yeah, the Vikings for sure have a harder end to the regular season, but I think if Josh Dobbs can play how he has been playing the previous 2 games of this weekend, I think there's enough there. The Broncos, we talked about this last week, if they could pass the if they were able to get over the Browns, it was probably a cert that they're going to the playoffs because they're a good
Yeah, pretty
team.
much.
Russell Wilson's playing well. I'm going good call.
I'm going good call
Yeah.
as well. I think that's a good
If the
call.
Pasternak can keep it up and the Vikings sort out their QB issues, whether or not to place him or not, I'm going good call as well.
Good call.
Nice.
We have another one from Andrew Reddy 83 on Instagram as well. He says the Eagles will have the scrappiest of wins and win all the way to the Super Bowl. I think that's inevitable.
Scrappiest of wins is it's a hard way of putting it,
He's
isn't
more
it?
saying that they have had scrappy wins, and I think he read as well. They're the only team that know how to win as well at this stage of the game. So I think it's inevitable that the Eagles are going to make it to the Super Bowl. I think it's Eagles versus somebody else at this stage.
Compared to a lot of the other teams in the league, most of the other teams in the league, they've got it on both sides of the ball. They both sides of the ball know how to do what is required of them. They've proven that up until now, except against the Jets. Just throw that one in for you. But yeah, I think given that they've got that, barring 3 or 4 massive injuries or something, I think it's inevitable that they get to the Super Bowl and probably win it.
Yeah. Definitely.
There's a hot take within a hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for that. That's a good call.
Like St. Peter every time I do that.
I feel angelic every time it plays, man.
I know it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I hope he's getting his royalties for every time you play that.
Another hot take. The Mac Jones and Zach Wilson have played their last game ever as a starter for any team. They will not start for another team ever again in their careers. And I think there's actually a post going up right now that Mac Jones is now a realtor, and he can get you a really good deal on the only yards he can get you is a front and back one in your new house.
Well, maybe if he goes back to university, mate, and gets a wee degree, he can maybe play for a college team. So he might get starting there.
For an NFL team, mate.
But Zach Wilson's what? What did you say? 23? 24?
No, well, I think he's like 25 now, maybe.
Is he?
I think this is his third year.
That's, I don't know.
It's like Sam Darnold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
that's a tricky one.
I think they're
no. I think surely not. Sure, like you wouldn't like to think it was the last time they were a starter.
Don't get me wrong, they might start a game, but they won't be the starter.
They won't be the starter.
Like they'll maybe come in and back up somebody.
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. I think I could see another team picking them up. Zach Wilson, anyway. I think I could see a team somewhere picking him up, and the only way he's going to get to be the starter is to maybe an injury to the main guy, and he has a blinder of a season. Do you know? There's like Mark said earlier, there's a lot of variables to that one.
Well, he had that chance this year, Curtis, and he didn't.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's the team. It's the team around as well. Do you know? It's the team around as well. It's the right opportunity has to come up at the right time, I think.
Yeah.
Can
we hear how it's worded again?
Mac Jones and Zach Wilson will never be a starter for any NFL team. Never be the starter. They might be a backup. They might be on an NFL team, but they will never be the starter. They'll never be the number one QB again.
Worded like that,
yeah,
I'm going to go good call.
Yeah, I'll join you. Good call.
Oh, wow, I get to play this one all the time. Right, well, we'll go one more before we go. Just a wee quick one. The Bengals are done without Joe Burrow. They won't even make the playoffs.
What record are they sitting on at that?
The Bengals are sitting in 5-6 at the minute. They had a very, very bad start the season with Joe Burrow being he had a he had an ankle injury or a knee injury or something, and then now he's out for the season with his hand. But usually the Bengals lose their first couple of games and then they go on and play well for the remainder. But without Joe Burrow, they're not going to do that. And your man Browning just looks absolutely atrocious.
But yeah, had a better game than Russell Wilson.
That's
In
it.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
fantasy.
that's a fair point.
Fantasy. Because if you pass a ball on a slant to Jamar Chase and he runs it, he's not the good quarterback, man.
No, I'm talking about like his stats over Russell Wilson.
His stats in fantasy.
No, just his stats like in general, really.
I don't know, man. I think you're talking balls.
You think
That's a hot
think
take
I'm
on
talking
itself.
balls?
That's a hot take on itself right there. There you go.
Here, whoa! You can't do that by yourself. That has to be a vote. That one.
I own. I run. I have the button control.
I own the button control. I forgot what the hot take was.
The Bengals will not make the playoffs without Joe Burrow.
Yeah. No, good call on that one.
Yeah, I'm just looking ahead to their next sort of load of games, and I'm actually going to go good call because I think
It's not
there's
promising.
there's winnable games there with Joe Burrow, but with him out of the picture, those winnable games become very
Iffy.
easily,
Yeah.
the other way around. So I'm going to go good call for that one.
Good call again. Welcome to Good Call Heaven, sort of thing. Yep. Well, here. Thank you very much for playing our Good Call Talking Balls game, guys. That was
fun.
That was a
I just
wee
meant that you were
quick
gonna
one.
like sign off with a wee voiceover. Well, let's hear it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Oh.
going to get you to record all the voiceovers. Yeah. And make them sound like SpongeBob.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
It would work. It would work. But yeah, guys, that was us for another Good Calls Talking Balls. Make sure to check out our Instagram because we do ask for your hot takes. Because we want to tell you if you're talking balls or it was a good call. Yeah, so check out our Instagram. Usually put it out on a Monday, and let us know your hot takes for next week. See you next week, guys.
See you next week.
Catch us later.